In September of 1994, a ferry carrying almost 1,000 people in the Baltic Sea during a storm sunk. A door failed, it took on some water, and in less than an hour, over 800 people had died. In 1987, a ferry with over 4,000 people on it hit an oil tanker off the coast of the Philippines, and only 25 people survived that accident. In 1912, of course, you know, the Titanic hit an iceberg and over 1,500 people died. Why talk about these things? Because navigation is tricky. It can go wrong really quick. A captain has to know his ship, he has to know the conditions, he has to know what's going on around him. And that's true about life too. And wisdom knows that we need to navigate life very carefully. Proverbs 1:5 says, "The discerning will obtain guidance." Proverbs 11:14 says, "Without guidance, people will fail." Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent will prosper." That's word guidance, this idea of having a plan, is the idea of navigation. It comes from a word used for ropes of a ship and the captain working those ropes to make the ship go where it needs to go. And navigation and this strategizing is needed in life as well. We have to know where we're going. That is our relationship with God and our purpose. We have to make sure our life doesn't run into other people the way a ship can run into another ship. We have to know ourselves in the same way a captain knows his ship, knows what's going on. And we can't wait to gain this knowledge. It's too late once we are in the middle of something to try to understand and navigate. It's too late when the boat is sinking to go, wow, we should have known the ship better. It's too late once you collide with another ship to say, wow, we should have been more careful around each other. It's too late when the catastrophe comes to gain this kind of navigational understanding and guidance that we need for our lives. We have to know these things. We have to learn these things now, because if we don't, we're going to mess up our lives in a big way. Now, that doesn't mean that our plans are going to be perfect, our strategies are always going to work out, and we're always going to know everything. As a matter of fact, Proverbs is really clear that ultimately we have to give all our plans to God. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your ways to the Lord and your plans will be achieved." And Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man's heart plans things out, but it's really God that determines the steps." So ultimately, we give our plans to Him, but we do have them. We have to strategize, we have to think, we have to have that guidance, we have to navigate life, and we have to do it well. But ultimately, we've got to give all that to Him and trust Him, because He's the one that's going to lead us where we need to go.